Alright then, so this next one is designed to work on the triceps, work on the arms a little bit as well, but predominantly going to work on the back of the arms, in my case, bingo wings. So just do what you can, guys. Just first of all, maybe a little bit of shoulder circle, just to mobilise the shoulder joints, and then just a little bit of arm float, breathing in, blowing out, just stretching the arms before we get into a little bit of toning. So up we go, and just give them a little bit of a swing, a little bit of blood flowing, and yeah, so the first couple of standing movements are going to involve the legs, but just so we can work the arms a little bit as well. So I'll show you what I mean. Just draw your shoulders back, chest is open. Inhale, on the out breath, draw your core in towards your spine. And I'm going to turn sideways for this. Watching on, face forwards first of all. Just have your feet facing forwards, and we'll just take it into a bit of basic squat. So just lifting your arms up to about shoulder height, taking the knees to about 90 degrees if you can, sitting on the heels, so you're firing up your glutes a little bit. But as you can see, we're just lifting arms up to chest or shoulder height first of all, blowing out, breathing in. So this is where the triceps come in now. Just turn sideways, just obviously have another couple of squats, and from there, if you can now just hold the bend in your knees, let your arms come in nice and straight currently, but then you're going to bend your elbows, so you're locking your arms in, and from there, on the out breath, we're just beginning to pivot from the elbow. We're just extending the forearms back, blowing out, breathing in, keeping your tummy in nice and tight. Your quadriceps are working hard, but as you're pivoting back from the elbows here, back of the triceps starting to really get warmed up and activated there. So at home, if you just want to maybe knock out about 100 of those, but I'm going to stop there. Okay, so from here we'll just do a standing move where you're just having your hands above your head. It's fairly straightforward, but all you're doing is just simply pivoting again from the elbows, movement coming from the forearms. Imagine you're just pulling a chain behind your back. You're just getting the back of these arms warmed up. So from the side, again, just keeping the elbows locked and making the movement come from the forearms. So one more, and arms warming up nicely. So we'll come into a wide position, sumo squat. So we'll just, again, lengthen your arms up to shoulder chest height. On the out breath, just taking the knees apart, taking your arms apart, bending your knees, taking your arms apart. So sit onto the heels, work into those inner thighs. But on the out breath now, if you just pause your knees, have a little bit of pulse in your arms. Pause, a little bit of rotation. Okay, and then if you can just bring in a slice of actions. We're going to lift above the head, then take your arms apart. Lift, then slice apart. Up and slice apart. Into reverse circles as well. Okay, and if possible, just bending your elbows, inner thighs working really hard here, but on the out breath, just coming into a little bit of a shoulder press. The shoulders and triceps working here. Breathing in, blowing out, breathing in, blowing out, and then up we come. So, just getting across the chest a little bit as well. Keeping that core sucked in nice and tight, taking the knees into a bend, just bringing your palms, your wrists together, palms, just a little bit of pec fly, just getting some flexibility across the chest, warming up the shoulders, and inner thighs warming up nicely. So even if you're a regular runner, this is a good way to warm up as well. And then we'll just stretch up nice and tall from there. So from here, we're going to get ready for the floor, and we'll go through a series of movements now. So first of all, ready to walk out into your hands. If you can't be on hands, we'll have an alternative in a second. But basically, you're just having your chin tucked in, knees are soft, you're just having your basic Pilates spine mobility roll down, mobilizing your spine, knees are getting bent, and then if you can, just begin to walk your hands out in front so that your hands go flat, and you're going to just lower your bum, okay, so your bum's not stuck up high, You just got your head in line with spine, body nice and still, abdominals sucked in as well. So you can either stay here, which is a good way to work your arms and your tummy, or on the out breath, you're just going to take the elbows into a bit of a bend, and you can hold nice and still, really isolating the back of the triceps here and working into your core. So just breathe and hold, slowly push back up, take a breath. You might want to stay here, or once again, just take the elbows into a bend, head in line with spine, really starting to get some shake into this core midsection and into your triceps as well. Keeping the body nice and still. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you just push back up and we'll come into a seated position this time. So if you're not comfortable on your hands, you can just return to what we did on the feet, which is a good way to work the back of these arms. Hands above the head, just a little bit of pivot from the elbows, just breathing in, blowing out, getting down the back of these arms from the side position. Just again, making these arms warm up nicely. But if you can, just let your feet untangle. Your feet are flat, your knees are bent, about a fist gap going on between the knees there, and just sticking 2 hands behind your glutes, not too far behind, not on the outsides of your glutes, just have fingertips facing towards butt, core sucked in nice and tight. And for phase 1, sitting on your sit bone, your back up nice and tall currently, all you're going to do is just blow out, bending your elbows, breathing in, locking your arms out straight. So again, blowing out, elbows are bent, really isolating these triceps here, blowing out again, breathing in up, and then if you think you can, just involve the core a little bit, keep the core sucked into your spine. On the out breath, as you bend an elbows, just maybe try and slide a leg out straight, blow out and breathe in, and then carefully switch, exhale out, and breathe in, come back. So you're just really starting to overload your arms obviously, but each side of the abdominal core warming up as well, blowing out and breathing in. So that is a great way to get the arms fired up and toned. But of course, if that's too much pressure on your hands, you might just want to bring your feet together flat, or if you can, cross your ankles over and just return to that standing workout we did where we're just having a bit of rotation first, a little bit of pulse in your arms, okay, and then just a little bit of push back. So palms are up and then we're pushing back, palms are up and then pushing back. So just maybe bring the palms to chest height, separate them apart, and then coming into your shoulder press, just getting some overload into the shoulder joints here, arms as well, and then out but wide again, a little bit of a pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll just sack off the rest. Now just coming into the classic one for your arms and your chest, the press up. So lots of versions. You might just start with the box push up, maybe just cross your ankles over behind you, feet, so hands apart, fingers spread out, head in line with the spine, head in between your arms. All you're doing with your feet off the ground is you're blowing out and you're taking the elbows into a nice bend. So you're getting isolation into the back of the triceps, blowing out, breathing in, nice and steady, just to overload these arms. And of course, if you're ready for the level 2, you can maybe come into the full press up position as well. So that's a case of coming onto flat hands, coming up onto your feet, but body nice and level, head in line with your spine, slowly going down, breathing in, slowly pushing up, and again, breathing in, we push back up. So your core, shoulders, triceps and chest all getting a great workout here, folks. Just stick in for 5 of these, blowing out and breathing in, maybe one more, breathing in and push back up. and you'll start to feel some tone coming in pretty quickly on these arms. So in a side lying position, another good one to do is just to strengthen into the shoulder and the arm, as well as the oblique. It's a case just sticking an elbow underneath your shoulder, have your head in line with spine, have your core sucked in towards your spine, extending your top arm, and just bringing the side of your waist off the floor. So predominantly this waistline working hard, but this bottom left elbow is really having to stabilize as well. So just getting a strong, steady contraction hold into this waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then coming down, swinging your knees in line with your hips, wrapping your bottom arm around your waist, having your opposite hand in front of your shoulder, palm flat, fingers spread out. What about just attempting a bit of a one-handed push-up? So you're just trying to lock out your arm, and then you'll come down, blowing out, push again, breathing in, coming down. So really good isolating the back of the arm here, guys. Again, 5 repetitions if you can. Don't worry if you can't fully lock out. Blow out and breathe in. One more time. Up we go. And then from there, we'll get ready to come on to our fronts this time. So this is a great way to work the back of the triceps, to get a little bit of shake into the core, but a bit of flexibility into your spine also. So you're just in a prone position, having your feet pretty much together behind you, having your hands close to the chest, fingers spread out with your elbows bent, and head in line with spine. Just doing your best to keep your core sucked into that spine. Looking down, take a breath, and on the out breath, you're just beginning to slowly lift your face and chest away from the ground, gradually pushing your hands into the floor, locking out your arms, so that might be high enough, with your thighs staying on the ground, or if you can, you just lifting the front of your thighs off the floor, your knees stay down, getting some flexibility into that spine, and getting some shake into your midsection, as well as working triceps there. So blow out, breathe in, and we'll try another one. Again, lifting head and chest gradually, and then pressing your palms into the floor, your core's coming away from the ground. You might be staying on knees, or you might just be bringing your thighs off the floor as well. So just hold still, shaking your core, flexibility into that spine, and then just bringing your core and chest back down to the ground. What about one more of these now? Take a breath and gradually peel chest away from the ground, press your palms into the floor, coming up a little bit or a bit further, and that way core, abdominals really starting to shake, as well as triceps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending your elbows and bringing your thighs back down there. So that is going to burn your arms pretty quickly. Just maybe getting the other side of those one-handed push-ups in. So again, just having your knees stacked up in line with your hips, and your bottom arm wrapped around your waist. Other hand in front, fingers spread out with your palm flat. Just maybe try and push your hand into the floor, and then extend your arm out straight. Again, going up and then coming down. It's a tough one to do. Don't worry if it doesn't happen in the beginning. Even if you just get one, all right, you'll get stronger and stronger over time. One more time, press it up, take a breath, and come back down from there. Okay. Whew. So it's a quick workout, this one. Very short and intense though. Really getting some stretch, some tone into the back of your arms. So just maybe have a bit of a stretch off after all that. Stick a hand behind your upper back and just press that elbow down, so you get a stretch down the back of this arm here into the tricep, and then just switch it over just to keep the soreness away. So there we go. We hold. 3, 2, 1. And then just turn and face. A little bit of flex across the chest, lengthening your arms, flex your palms back, folks. take a breath in, reset your nervous system. Take a breath and hold, opening up the arms and the chest, and then just across the upper back, fingertips together, chin tucked in, push your hands out, and we get a good one in the upper back. 3, 2, 1. And from there, we'll just come back up onto the feet, and we'll give your arms a little bit of a swing. Deep breath in, oxygen to the muscles, and shake it all off. So give that a crack at home. It's harder than it looks, but just give it 100%. I'm sure these arms will turn up pretty quickly. All right, well done.